Let's talk about Warlock tanking. So we have this glyph called Glyph of Demon Hunting, and most of the people are actually hating this glyph, but I love it. It's demonology only, and it gives us a little bit of the tanking options. Yeah, so I'm gonna link this video. There's a method pre-gateway nerf. There's a method Warlock's tanking LFR. Because that was actually possible, but now it's not possible anymore. But I'm gonna link this video in the description. But when you're in the demonology and you're gonna apply this glyph, you're gonna get another stance, which is called tanking stance. And in this stance, it's called Dark Apotheosis. So in this stance, you don't get the full nice form of metamorph, you get only the wings. But the way how your mastery works changes to be damage reduction, which is pretty cool. Damage reduction. So, and it's percentage damage reduction. And I reforged all my gear to mastery, and I had 24% of damage reduction, which is not bad. So what are the skills? Skill changes. We have the same Hand of Gul'dan and in normal form. We have the same corruption, but Tate of Chaos is changing to Demonic Leash, and it has 3 stacks and they replenish. So this is your basic 10-yard tanking skill. You get the tank threat modificators, so it's cool. You retain Hellfire. Soul Shatter becomes a taunt, which changes a name to Provocation and becomes a taunt, but doesn't work on raid bosses, which is a bummer. Twilight Ward becomes Fury Ward, and this is our active mitigation skill. It gives us Absorb for a lot. And Carrion Swarm becomes a 15-second interrupt. So, this said, what are the options for tanking? So we have like really good aggro, we have really good AoE skills. If we're gonna run out of energy, we're not gonna be popped out of the form, which is pretty good. On the talent side, so what we can choose is, in first tier we don't really have an option except Darker Generation. Darker Generation is pretty cool. 2-minute cooldown, we can get some HP, that's pretty cool. So we have to choose. Either we're gonna go with Grimoire of Sacrifice and Sacrificial Pact, Grimoire of Sacrifice, and for example Dark Bargain, which gives us because in the second tier we have Soul Link, but I'm gonna talk about Grimoire of Sacrifice because it gives us 20% more HP and healing, which for a tank is really good. But this enables us to take Dark Bargain, which gives us 100% damage reduction for few seconds, and then half of this damage as a dot. Now this is actually the best tanking cooldown in Mist of Pandaria for everyone. You just don't get damage for 8 seconds and then you get a dot, which can be healed. So basically you it acts like a improved stagger for a monk. You have corruption, so you can get aggro from a lot of mobs. You have Hellfire to like do AoE damage. So it is good. It is good. And from the last year, probably we're gonna go with Archimondi's Darkness because extra nuke will not hurt, and we don't need movement with the Cunning, and AoE we don't really need this AoE button. So 2 extra nukes, why not? That's also so we have also the Eternal Resolve, which gives us either passive 10% with the glyph damage reduction or on call 40% reduction or even 60% reduction with a different glyph. So we have options here. So we have tanking cooldowns, we have active mitigation, special stance. The only thing that we lack is we have no vengeance and no crit immune. That's a problem. But so what we can do, so what I did is I did some mishmashing with the current gear I'm wearing, and I was around 24% damage reduction, that's full mastery. And we have two options, either Sacrificial Pact and we're gonna be like around 1 million HP with some cooldowns to use, or we can go with around like 700k HP depending on your gear, and 20% damage reduction from your soul link. Yeah, so I think it's kind of like a question, what do you want to have? If we even can choose if we want to have a smooth damage intake or smoother damage intake, which is like damage reduction, because 20% from your soul link plus 24% from your mastery plus 10% from the glyph passively gives you 55% damage reduction. Come on, 55% damage reduction, even if you don't have a lot of dodge, a lot of parry and other stuff, you get half of the damage. Yeah, so if we will, well, another problem is that the first tier talent, which gives us absorb, doesn't work on the skills in this form, which is a bummer, but because, you know, it would be always nice to have some extra absorbs, but it's not so bad. So the only really thing that Blizzard would need to do to make this viable is make the taunt like a real taunt, so we can taunt right bosses and give us vengeance in the stance and crit immune, which is not a lot, which is just like turning on the numbers, and actually probably give us a glyph, a minor glyph, to change the look of the stance to like Metamorph is looking, and that's it. So hopefully Blizzard, you know, do it. Warlocks can be tanks, and it's not a really big problem, I think, to balance. Well, actually, with 55% of, or even close to 60% of damage reduction, and 600% more armor from Clove, Warlocks are pretty good. And if you're gonna tank full time, you're gonna get the stamina trinkets. And with stamina trinkets, you can get the dodge trinket from, I think, Iron Juggernaut, which converts damage that you deal, and your damage, you don't get the damage bonus, so the damage sucks a bit. But you can convert your damage bonus into healing and get some dodge, and get Malkorok trinket to get some a nice proc and some stamina. So you could be rocking 800k HP with 55-60% damage reduction, or around 40% damage reduction, and a lot of healing, and about million HP. So I think that's the numbers that we are looking at for tanks currently, tanking current content, that are okay. Plus, this would give us a nice ability to supplement more tanks to the pool and have more fun with Warlock class. I think it will be pretty cool. I know that Blizzard will say, well, we have balance issues. Well, you know, we always had balance issues. The game is not balanced, so why not add more fun to it? Guys, what do you think?